the identity and culture issue, we wanted to move to that because Bonaire's population, since when you were talking about growing up in Rincon and going with your parents out to there and with the family and the weekends and the island, of course, in your lifetime has changed. The world has changed. But we have grown from about 8,000 some people when you were a little girl to now 24,000 people on the island, 300% growth in the population of the island. And that hasn't happened because there's been a growth in the birth rate of Bonaires. It has become because we have a lot of people who have come to Bonaire from Latin America, from Europe, from elsewhere. Something like 60, 70 nationalities now call Bonaire their home. So they brought with them wonderful stuff, wonderful perspective, energy, enthusiasm, and many of them see Bonaire, as you said, it's their community, it's their home, whether they're Latinos or Asians or Americans or Europeans, or even family, kids from Bonairean background, who were born even in Holland, who are coming, interesting enough, to Bonaire.
Yeah.
Where do you see this growth going in terms of population? Would you like to see it continue on its trajectory? Would you like it to flatten at some point? Do you have any ideas? Does M21 have a view on, this is a number? And how do you see that also affecting the authenticity, the soul of the island? What's your view about the growth in population?
M21 stands for, now I'm talking as M21, both as for me myself also. We have in mind that we have to stop immigrations for a while. We don't talk about forever, but if we want to put order on this place, in this place for everybody, we have to stop letting more people come in to stay for us to be able to get to a balance on the island itself.
Do you believe that we've been off balance?
We are off balance. We are completely off balance because of the fact that people are coming in. We are letting people coming in, but our own infrastructure in general, we're not talking alone about the roads, the whole infrastructure in general
Too much pressure.
Totally out of order and not serving our own people anymore. Because you can see it wherever you go, you can see it. The roads are bad, we don't have enough houses for the people, and the houses that we have are not even payable for our own people. We don't have enough schools for our children. Every December we have a list of almost 100 children who cannot go to school while they should be going to group 1. They have to leave the crash because the crash has their babies. They have to come in. And these children, they stay in the middle of nowhere waiting for a place, and mostly of the time, they can start until August. So between December and July, parents are
going crazy.
Exactly. Those are signals that we are off balance here. And I have asked so many times since I'm here in the parliament, in the Island Council, why don't we start building a new school? Because I can understand the present schools, they are not willing to build a new classroom for the group 1 because next school year you have to have a next group 2 classroom also. For those
then you have to build all of them.
You have continuously for the coming 8 years, you will have to keep growing the school. Why not make one time one big school? That will mean that everybody will have more space, first of all, and next to that, probably the classrooms can be a little bit smaller, so teachers will have also more time for every student they have in the classroom. Next to that, because when we build that school, you are still sitting with a part of the housing part of the people who are coming in. To me, we should adopt some type, I don't know if people know the vision they have in the Bonaire in Holland, where you have you should have some type of link
Yeah.
with the island to be able, one, to buy property, to sell property, to rent property, whatever. To me, Adnan, we have to go back to certain rules here on the island, and while doing that, we cannot afford more people to come in, because otherwise we will be continuously, people are growing, we just fix one rule and we have 500 more people. So the rule is not fitting what we just, the amount of people we just have at that moment then as a total here. If we want the rules to be properly implemented, for us to really feel the difference between now and when we have updated everything, we have to stop that immigration pressure a little bit for now. This doesn't count for if we need workers logically. If we need a chef cook and we don't have it on the island, we have.
Yeah, or an engineer for this, or something at Mariadal, a surgeon for this, or a doctor for that.
But just, to get in and live on the island, we have to put a stop to that for a while. And then make use, if you say for 2 years we do that, then you have to make use of those 2 years to fix the whole infrastructure. So you can say in 2 years, okay people, we are ready, so we can open up again to receive people to live here. We have had, I have been in Ceiba last December. I've seen in Ceiba they even decided, because of this pressure of people, they decided now to start building apartment flats, flat building. Here we don't want flats, we don't want apartments, but I'm like, maybe if we see, how the whole world is changing and how it's going with the housing here, the incomes of the people, it might be worth to give it a thought, to evaluate if we cannot make nicely looking 3 stories flats. Should it be, like big
boxes of high rises?
Make it 3 stories and maybe 12 apartments per store in total. So 3
floor,
4. A couple of those. Make sure, Adnan, we really need somebody to plan our whole thing. Stop the whole how you go, city.
Yeah. So do you think? We grew, but we did not grow with a plan in mind. We just grew.
We just grow, and everybody let the growth go. And nobody is not even making at this moment a try to say, let's try to level with the amount that we are growing towards.
Are you going to be criticized for that you're going to kill the growth in the island? You're going to kill the economy of the island. You're going to all this wonderful growth that we've had, people will describe it as wonderful because people have benefited. They will be not so happy. What do you say?
We don't have to send anybody back at this moment. Who we have at this moment here can stay, and the economy it's flowing. It's growing. So let's make use of all the capacity and abilities that we have on the island. Organize everything, because if you are not organized, we will not benefit from no growth. So we need to organize. What do we want? Where do we want to go towards? How many tourists do we want to have here on the island? How many are necessary for us to be able to still have benefits?
And what type?
Exactly. And to me, we don't talk about forever closing Bonaire for other people.
Yeah.
I know I won't be popular for decisions that will be pretty much unpopular, but I know from experience also, and I have followed a lot of those unpopular decisions around on other islands or even in big cities and big states. It's those unpopular decisions that usually
are the right
ones, or bring in the results that actually everybody wants,
Very
but
interesting.
nobody
Wants to take those decisions.
Exactly.
Because it's not initially popular.
Exactly.
And
I
is that
have no problem with taking those decisions.
so?
And if
Is
people-
that the difference between a politician and a leader?